Getting stronger.
These are janitors in Minneapolis at a meeting where they are voting on whether to accept their union contract. A union is a group of workers who come together to have a voice at work. A union contract is a written agreement negotiated by union members with their employer. Among other things, the contract includes how much the workers will be paid, if they will receive employer-paid health insurance, how many vacation and sick days they have, and what the employer will do to protect them from getting hurt on the job. Janitors and other workers today are able to belong to a union and to negotiate with their employers because people before them fought to establish that right. In 1934, thousands of truck drivers in Minneapolis staged a series of strikes that helped to establish the right to form a union. A strike happens when workers decide to stop working to protest conditions they consider unfair. The truck drivers in Minneapolis belonged to the Teamsters Union and were calling attention to their low pay and poor treatment on the job. Most importantly, they were raising awareness about the need for unions.
The impact of it was that the employers were not going to be the masters of the workplace. And that was really what it was all about.
In 1929, just a few years before the Teamsters strike, Minneapolis is a sharply divided city. On one side are the employers, with their fine homes overlooking the Western Lakes. On the other, an almost totally non-unionized workforce, whose wages are among the lowest in the nation. To prevent unionization, the employers bank on their membership in the Citizens Alliance, an organization created to keep the workers from coming together. The Citizens Alliance includes the executives of the city's largest companies. Since the end of World War I, the Citizens Alliance has enjoyed almost total power. While workers in many parts of the country saw their pay go up by as much as 11% during the 1920s, the power of the Citizens Alliance limited pay raises for Minneapolis workers to 2% or less.
Buddy, can you spare a dime?
In 1930, the U.S. economy drops dead in its tracks, shakes with sudden convulsions, and rattles slowly backwards. Banks close their doors, and businesses collapse. The Great Depression has hit. A vast army of hollow-faced people without work or hope of income roam the streets, sleep on benches, and beg for bread. In 1933, Congress passes an economic planning measure, the National Recovery Act. Though limited in scope, it encourages public confidence. At least someone is doing something. Business conditions improve, unemployment declines modestly, but wages fail to keep pace with rising prices, and in Minneapolis, workers have scarcely benefited.
And there were a lot of men trying to raise families on $15 a week, and some even less. Conditions were terrible.
The workers in the Minneapolis coal yards joined together with truck drivers to form Local 574 of the Teamsters Union. In those days, many people heated their homes with coal-burning stoves. On two very cold days in February 1934, workers shut down almost every coal yard in the city. The employers give in to their demands, and the workers begin to formulate even more ambitious plans. As the Depression deepens, more and more workers join unions. But 30,000